Hey everyone, welcome. Today, we're going to jump into a really simple story, but one that has a surprisingly powerful message for, our digital age. It's all about fairies, a little bit of magic, and this mysterious glowing box.
Okay, so this line right here, it just perfectly captures the world we're about to step into. It's this beautiful picture of pure, simple connection, like a snapshot of their life right before everything, and I mean everything, was about to change. All right, so our story keeps off in this place called the Forest of Happiness. It's home to a whole community of super joyful fairies, and their lives are all about the simple pleasures. So their happiness wasn't about like big, grand gestures. It was built on these small shared moments. Every single morning, they'd wake up and fly together, greeting all the flowers. They'd have these fun little races with butterflies. And then when the sun started to set, they'd all gather around to share stories and their dreams. You could just hear their laughter echoing all through the forest. And this is really the key thing to get, right? Their entire world, their whole community, was basically woven together by this idea of mutual support and just being present for each other. Happiness for them, it was never a solo thing. It was something they actively built together, day in and day out. Okay, let's get to the next part. Because just when everything was perfect, well, that's when the disruption happened. One day, this strange new light just appeared out of nowhere, completely shattering the peace of their forest. And there it was, on the ground, a small, glimmering box. Now, you have to imagine, for these fairies who had never seen anything like it, its glow was just mesmerizing. It was like a totally new kind of magic, something they'd never even dreamed of. Of course, we know what it is, don't we? It's something we see every day. So naturally, they all gathered around it, just buzzing with curiosity. What was this thing? Did it have magic trapped inside? Or maybe some kind of hidden treasure? They had absolutely no clue what secrets this little box was holding. And then, the moment one of them touched it, bam! The box just flickered to life. The screen lit up, and for the very, very first time, the fairies saw their own reflections. Can you imagine? Seeing yourself like that was so bizarre and so new. It just led to all this laughter and total fascination. Okay, now this next part is really, really interesting. This one little box, it caused the fairies' first ever real fight. Everyone wanted it. But get this, how did they solve their very first conflict over technology? Well, by creating more of it. One of the fairies had a brilliant idea. Hey, let's just use our magic to make our own. And just like that, boom. Every single fairy had their own personal glimmering box. So, problem solved, right? Well, not exactly. Because with a personal box in every single fairy's hand, the whole dynamic of the forest started to change, and in a way that absolutely no one saw coming.
They were hooked. Instantly. I mean, inside that tiny little screen was a whole other universe, right? An endless feed of colorful videos, amazing pictures, catchy songs. Everything was right there, just a tap away.
And it didn't take long for them to learn the unwritten rule of this new world. The most valuable thing you could get wasn't friendship or kindness anymore. Nope, it was attention. The whole point wasn't just to do magic, it was to be seen doing magic. And this slide just lays it out so clearly. It's the core change in their entire society. Before, their magic was this amazing tool for friendship, for connecting with each other. But now, it had become a weapon for competition. It wasn't about sharing joy anymore. It was all about one-upping each other to get that validation. Pretty soon, the consequences started rolling in, both physical and emotional ones. You'd see fairies literally falling out of the sky because they were too busy looking at their screens to watch where they were flying. Their eyes started to ache from staring at that constant glow. But the worst part, their hearts started to feel so lonely, even when they were all together in a crowd. So, as this community was growing more and more distant, more isolated, there was this wise elder fairy. She'd been watching all of this happen from a quiet corner. And she finally decided, okay, enough is enough. It's time to say something. And what she saw was this really sad paradox, this new reality they were living in. She looked around and said, you are all sitting together, yet there is a distance between you. They were physically close, yeah, but emotionally, they were miles apart, each one totally lost in their own little digital bubble. And the advice she gave was so simple, but so incredibly profound. She just told them, The thing that separates you all from each other can never be right for you. And that one sentence, wow, it just cut right through all the digital noise and hit them right where it mattered. So, that little piece of advice, it really planted a seed. It got the fairies thinking. And all of this builds up to the story's really beautiful ending, which happens at their annual magical festival. And at this festival, something pretty incredible happened. One by one, they all started putting down their little glimmering boxes. It was like this collective digital detox. And they started to dance again. They shared their favorite magic tricks, and they actually truly reconnected with each other. For the first time in a long time, they were all present. That was the real magic. And what they rediscovered was that the most powerful magic isn't something you can capture on a screen to go viral. No, it's the magic you do for your friends, just for the pure joy of it. It's the sound of shared laughter, of music filling the air. And the forest, it started to glow again, but this time it wasn't from a bunch of tiny screens. It was glowing with the light of real connection. Okay, so obviously the story isn't just a cute fairy tale. It's a fable, right? And it's meant to hold up a mirror to our own world, to our own habits. The story really leaves us with this one direct, powerful message. Don't get so lost behind the screen that you miss out on all the fun of the real world. It's a reminder that true happiness, that real magic, it's not in a device, it's found in the moments we share with the people we love. It's all about remembering that the most valuable connections we have are the ones right in front of us. You know, the real magic is in laughing together, playing together, and sharing that love with our family and friends face to face. So, as we wrap up this little explainer, I want to leave you with that question. It's really worth asking yourself, where is the real magic in your world? Thanks so much for joining me today.